Hello there, and today's session is about acne scar. This is episode 2. Last episode, or episode 1, we have been talking about acne, that is pimple. And tonight, we will be discussing on acne scars. This is our episode 2. Before jumping into acne scar treatment, we'll just have a recap on last week's session. Myself and Dr. Jyoti have been talking and discussing about acne last week. And we'll have a recap first. What is acne? So acne is an inflammation of the sebaceous unit. We'll come to that. What is sebaceous unit? Okay. So acne is also known as acne vulgaris. Vulgaris means common. So hair follicle get plugged with oil and dead skin cells. So it will get blocked. That is one of the reasons why we are getting acne. It's common in teenagers and young adults. Usually the patient will present as whiteheads or blackheads or little inflamed pustules or a bump like red lesions after inflammation. And let's see the recap again we are going. Then how about the incidence? It's more during puberty. I already discussed 95% of the acne are seen in puberty, and women are more affected than men, and it runs in the family. And the commonest acne is the mild one, like whiteheads and blackheads. Now we will see what is pathophysiology. What is the cause of acne? There are mainly 4 steps why the acne is formed. The number 1 is sebum production. Sebum overproduction. That is, sebum is an oily substance present in the sebaceous gland. That is a gland just beneath our skin. So overproduction of the sebum can produce acne. I will come to that. And there are some bacteria already present in the skin. So when the sebum is more produced, the proliferation of the acne bacterium will increase. There will be increase in number of the bacteria. Then because the bacteria is feeding on the sebum, so more of sebum is there, the bacteria also will be increased. Then there will be cells around the follicles will become more. It will multiply. That is hyperkeratinization. Then that leads to inflammation. These are the 4 basic steps how the acne is formed. It can be, if we classify acne, it can be just like, as I said, grade 1. Grade 1 is comedones. That is why it can be either blackheads, that is open comedones, or whiteheads, that is closed comedones. And can be either grade 2 or grade 3 or grade 4. All these we have discussed last time in the episode 1. And now we'll go to the scar. How the scar is formed. What is a scar? Scar is formed when the tissue gets injured by disease or by external injury. So when the tissue is injured, more of fibrous tissue is formed that will replace the normal tissue destroyed by the injury of the disease. That is how the scar is formed. You will have to differentiate scar from a mark. Scar is like tissue is damaged. Mark is just a pigmentation. The marks can be either brownish pigmentation, black pigmentation, or red pigmentation. So you will have to differentiate scar from the marks. And there are different types of scar. You see, the ice pick scars, box scars, which are very common. Ice pick scars are like just like when you pick your skin with ice pick, the whole like appearance will be. That is ice pick scar. Box scars are common. It can be stretched out. If you stretch out the scar, it may not be visible. It can be either shallow or deep. And rolling scars. It can be hypertrophic scars. Sometimes scars will be formed in excess tissue, then that will become hypertrophic scar. That means there will be thickening of the tissue there, where the skin has been damaged by the disease or by injury. There will be sometimes that hypertrophic thickened scar will come more. That is called keloidal scars. Then sometimes these big scars will have sinuses in between. That means a tract will form between the scars. This, as you see in this, there are different types of scar. Ice pick scars here. You can see the ice pick scar and roller box scars here. And different types of scars you can see in this patient. All the top scars I mentioned. Now, we'll see what are the treatment for acne scars. We always say the prevention is better than the treatment, cure. So here also, first we'll have to treat the acne. The sooner we treat the acne, the better will be the result. So we can get rid of the acne as fast as possible so that we can prevent the scar formation. So these are the topical agents we already discussed in the last episode. These are the topical, that is topical means to apply on our skin. That is topical. So this I'm using the layman terms because all episodes are meant not only for the doctor community, other communities also. Alright, these are the topical agents, the ointments which are used for the treatment of acne. And there are oral medications. The most common oral medication, that is tablets, is doxycycline. And all these are used for the treatment of acne. I'm not going in depth for the treatment of acne because in episode 1 we have discussed it already. And today's episode will be targeting only for the acne scar. Then, what are the treatment? Most common treatment for the acne scar is the chemical peeling. Alright. So, as I said, the topical agents for the treatment of acne, some of the topical agents can be used for the treatment of mild acne scars. But if you have deep scars, then we advise chemical peeling. This is the first thing is chemical peeling. Then we have microdermabrasion. Then intralesional steroid. When scar become thicker, hypertrophic, that time we'll use intralesional steroid. What we are doing is we'll inject into the thickened scar so that scar will be reduced. Here, intralesional steroid will be used in very minute quantity. And also nodulocystic acne, that is a grade 4 acne also we can use these intralesional steroids. And microneedling is another treatment where we'll use multiple needles, we'll rub over the scar area. That also will induce collagen production, then improvement in the scar. Then is fractionated RF, microneedle RF, subcision alone, that is only with the needle, subcision RF. That is RF subcision we call, that is radio frequency with subcision. That also will give very good scars, deep scars, subcision, RF subcision will give excellent results. Then there is punch excision procedures. That is like punch is an instrument, cylindrical instrument, that is a cylindrical scalpel we call, will cut through the skin and we can replace that scar tissue with another skin taken from behind the hair, or we can lift it and keep it there. There are different techniques in the punch excision. That will explain. Then other agents for the chemical peels are salicylic acid, glycolic acid, pyruvic acid, Jesner's peel, TCA, and TCA value of different concentration. And there is a special technique called cross technique. That also we will discuss on Q&A session. So, apart from the chemical peeling, the other treatments like laser treatments are available. These are non-ablative lasers. That is fractionated CO2 laser, fractionated erbium laser, and ablative laser. And ablative laser like CO2 laser or erbium YAG. That is fantastic laser actually. Even now I believe in ablative laser for the treatment of big scars. And others are Q-cis YAG, pulse dye laser, and also fat transfer. These are other treatments for the eczema. Apart from chemical peeling, I mentioned chemical peeling, microdermabrasion, small derma roller, and then lasers and non-laser machines are also available that also will give excellent result. Then just check this out. These are the chemical peeling. Different peels are available from glycolic acid and TCA and phenol, like superficial peels and medium depth peel and also deep peels. So depending on the concentration of the chemical peel agent we use, we can treat the different types of scars. Then let's check out this one, other procedures. So this is a comedone extraction. Comedone extraction is used for the whiteheads and blackheads. You can see all the whiteheads and blackheads being removed by the comedone extractor. Now that sebum will be removed with that instrument. That is the comedone extraction. And yeah, you can see once again, that is the thing which is coming out. Sebum is coming out from there. Then next one is microneedling. Microneedling is like commonly known as derma roller. This also will induce collagen, and it will give an appearance of tightened skin, and scar will be less visible. Then we have subcision. As I've already mentioned, with the needle, what we do is we'll prick the needle under the scar and we'll remove all the fibers which is pulling the scar down. So we'll remove all the fibers. So deep scar will be elevated. So the appearance of the scar will be minimal. That is subcision. And next one is RF subcision. Here, along with subcision, we can see we are passing the RF current also. So results are much better than ordinary subcision. I'm sorry. And the next treatment we will see the black peel. Black peel is not black in color actually. This is also very helpful in the treatment of mild scars. And I'll just run through all this because after this there is Q&A session. So I'll just mention what are the things available. This is a blue peel. This will give very good rejuvenation, plus it will reduce the pigmentation and also good for acne scars. And Jessner's peel is a combination peel which contains salicylic acid, lactic acid and the resorcinol. This is also an excellent peeling for acne and acne scar as well. And next one is a combination peel again. Here, this is a combination of many chemicals. Here the downtime will be much more than the ordinary superficial peels. Maybe 4-5 days, skin will really peel off. The patient will be scared. So what happened? Our skin has been burned or something. So people around them also will ask them. So this peel after 4-5 days will really peel off. But this fantastic peel, it will give a very good glow to the skin, and acne scar can be reduced. And this is what I was talking about, is punch elevation. We use the cylindrical punch, which has got a scalpel like thing. Then we'll make an excision over there. We'll use a needle, lift the excised scar tissue like this and put it there for 10 to 15 minutes. What will happen is blood will collect under the scar and elevate, that will raise the scar. So while after healing, the depth of the scar will be reduced. Now this is another latest one, blue laser. This is also very good for erythemas, red acne and acne scar also. If they leave acne scar leaves with red color, then this is the laser you should look for. And inflamed acne also you can treat with this. Then there is a blue laser again. So what is fractionated RF? This is a fractionated RF. We are also known as sublative rejuvenation. It also will give fantastic result for mild scarring. And next one is microneedle RF. This also acts by inducing collagen, and we usually combine microneedle RF with fractionated RF. for a better results. And Q6NDI, this you see, this is erythematous, reddish scar with erythematous acne. This reddish colored acne with red scar. So we use Medlite handpiece with vascular handpiece on a Medlite machine. That is Q6NDI laser. And let's see what is fractionated laser. The fractionated CO2 laser, especially around the eyes, is good, excellent results. This is fractionated CO2 laser. Now let's check fractionated erbium YAG laser. We use Fraxel Restore. This is also an excellent laser for the deep scar, mild to moderate scars. The best part of it is downtime is very less compared to fractionated CO2 laser. I prefer erbium YAG laser fractionated when it comes to fractionated laser. I don't like CO2 laser much when we compare to fractionated CO2 laser. Then pulse dye laser is a vascular laser but can be used for the treatment of acne scars. Sometimes we make a chromophore, like blood, will inject blood or make that lesion erythematous, more reddish color, then the results will be much better. Then let's see what is PRP. PRP is a technique where we take blood from the patient and we inject into the face. So we use here meso gun to inject. We use the same meso gun for the hair growth also. Here we are showing how you can do it on the face with the meso gun. This is a PRP. Now you see these are some of the pictures before treatment and after treatment. That's acne patient. If that patient has taken treatment well, she could have avoided all this color. That's why I'm showing this picture. If this type of pimple forms, this can lead to pitted scars like this. So you have to avoid getting scars. So you have to start treatment as early as possible. You'll have to meet a dermatologist or an aesthetic physician to treat early. Okay, and you can see the treatment before treatment. You can see that these scars. Okay, and after the treatment, we can see this better improvement. Okay, this is the after treatment. These are the after treatment after patients. Okay, this is, you can see the punch. We elevated, the scars will be there, that will go after some time. We have put only few pictures here tonight, and if you visit our website, you will see multiple before after pictures. To conclude, as I said, prevention is better than cure. So we'll have to treat early so that we can prevent scar formation. Early treatment is the best option. And as we all say, time heals all the wounds. Sometimes the wounds will be very deep, then you need treatment. And for some, scar remains, that mentally or physically and over the skin. For some the scar remains, then some of them have to live with it. But we can always give improvement for the acne scar. Never give up on your acne scar. We are here, alright? And jokes apart, and we can improve any type of scars. And we have to tell you this, we have to do a combination of treatment to get a better results. With that, I'll take off. I'll sign off right now. This is Muvappilangad beach near to Tallicherry, and this is a wonderful beach, and it's got a 6-kilometer stretch drive-in beach. You should visit this place one of the days. I'll be around. I'll be leaving. I'm close to this beach, maybe around 10 kilometers away. All right. Now we'll start Q&A session. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, like it, comment and share. And now we'll go for Q&A session. Let's jump in. Come on.